Welcome to TVNZ, where such shows as One News, Nothing Trivial and The Mentalist are filmed and showed. Today we're going to be showing you some of the behind the scenes footage as what happens inside the TVNZ building. Follow me. This is one of the journalists' office blocks. Here they try to find interviews and stories. We are going to be talking to one of these reporters, John Pulu. What do you do at TVNZ?
Well, my role here at TVNZ, I am a director/reporter. So I direct my stories. I go out with my cam op. He's the person that controls the camera, and we shoot the footage, and I direct what footage we get. And the reporter is the journalism side of it, is when we put the story together. So.
When you can put in things that you love into your stories? Or?
Great question. Absolutely. My passion is music, as I said, and I love my music stories. I speak to guys in different bands, and I love inserting a bit of my music into it. And even if I can sing with them, play the ukulele with them, I love it, and that's something I inject into my stories.
Do you travel to many countries with reporting, or is it mostly being in New Zealand?
Absolutely, and can I just say what a great interviewer you are. He is great. Oh my goodness. Yes, I've done a lot of travelling. For our work, we travel just around the Pacific, so I've been to a couple of the islands like Samoa, Tonga, Fiji, Niue, and also Australia.
Have you been doing this certain job?
It's been 3 years now. About 3 years now since I graduated from AUT University. I did a communications degree course there, so 3 years is a very long time, but look at where I am, so I'm very happy, so I can't blame anything.
So how long was your course at university? How long did you have to study?
Yeah, like I said, the course that I studied at AUT University was 3 years. It's a Bachelor of Communication Studies, so we got to have a taste of TV, radio, new media, and yeah, obviously my heart fell through with was with television, so that's why.
I think that's just about everything that we need. Thank you for your time.
Oh no, thank you, pleasure.
Once they have a story, fiction or non-fiction, they will go out into the field or shoot the footage in the studio. In these studios, they have green screens where they can do things like this, or this, or even like this. Some shows like You Live are unscripted with only a rough draft for the presenters. This show only has 2 people working on it, with the man on the right doing sound, lighting, filming and presenting at the same time. Shows like One News can have up to a dozen people working on it. Here is another studio. This is where One News is filmed and presented. This camera is called an auto cue. Presenters read off it as they are filmed, so it looks like the presenters are looking down the camera, but they can see the script at the same time. For a show that is on air, it is viewed and controlled in a control room. In here they monitor every show on most channels. Each show has 4 or 5 monitors to it for each of the different regions. They can also give cues and such to the live presenters. If a show isn't live, it comes to an editing suite and then a post-production facility. Next, we are going to interview one of the main editors at TVNZ, Daniel Hayden.
What is your job at TVNZ?
My job at TVNZ is a video editor, and I edit programs such as TV commercials, documentaries, news, current affairs, all those kind of things.
So depending on what types of shows you're editing, is there an average sort of time that it takes you to edit a...
Editing totally depends on, because we don't shoot the footage, editing is totally dependent on how much footage there is. Like for a 3-minute story, sometimes you have 7 hours worth of footage to cut down. Sometimes you only have an hour's worth of footage, and it also depends if the director or the producer has prepared a script, which basically they've looked at all the footage and they already know what shots they want, and we basically piece it together and then finesse it and make sure it all looks around.
So, do you work by yourself as an editor, or do you have a whole group of people that sort of help
There are
you?
two ways of working. Sometimes as an editor you get a story, you get a script and you get your footage, and you've got a day to cut a 3-minute story. Or you can sit here with the director who will then look through the footage with you and you make decisions together. So there's different ways of working. Also, once you finish editing, usually the producer and sometimes the programmers, they will need to look at it and approve it, and sometimes they say, oh, I don't like this shot, take that out, and there could be some changes there. So you could have a whole room full of people watching what's going on, and sometimes you're just by yourself, so it's a balance of the two.
Yeah. So, do you enjoy your job that you do?
I do enjoy my job because it is creative, it's storytelling, because you're putting one image next to another image, next to another image. You're crafting the story. And it's like any other story, it's got a beginning and a middle and an end. And depending how good those parts look in the story, depends how good, the finished film or story looks at the end of it.
So, is this the job that you wanted when you were at school?
No, I wanted to be a filmmaker. I wanted to be Steven Spielberg and make big blockbuster Hollywood films. But not many people get to do that kind of work, and to be honest, I'm still doing what I love, and I still get to be creative, and I get paid very well for doing that. So I'm actually quite thankful to have this job. And I still go out and I do some directing, and to be honest, look at this, you've got all these toys to play with. There's thousands and thousands of dollars worth of toys that I don't have to buy, the company has it. And they're happy for me to make my own films and get some experience outside of just doing editing as well. This is where television is so awesome, because you've got camera people, you've got editors, you've got directors, producers. I'll show you the studios in a minute. You've got a whole bunch of really creative people, plus you also have a whole bunch of really technical people, and I'll show you why in a minute. But the brain power in a television station is enormous.
So, during your school time, were there any subjects that you found really helped you getting into this job?
Media. I did media at school, and I had a VHS camera that I took out and took some films off. That's what started it. And I started editing then. I didn't know that then, but when I started filming and piecing it together, this is where the real power is, because you can make anything in the post-production environment. You can cheat a lot of things. If people are boring and they talk like this, I can change it and make them talk like this. And then all I have to do is cover them up with another shot away. So you always make people look good. The idea as an editor, one, to tell the story as efficiently as possible, and to make the subject and the people look good.
So, during your time in this business of film and TV shows, have you always been doing this job as an editor?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
And how long have you been doing it?
I've been doing editing for 19 years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I also do some camera work as well now and then, just to get out in the field and dabble in other areas as well.
Yeah, I think that's just about everything we need. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, you're very welcome. I hope you've learned something.
After a show is edited, it goes to the sound room where they edit and fix the audio. If the audio is out of sync, they match it to the video. Once this is completed, the show's journey is finished and it is ready to be shown.
We're now exiting our TVNZ journey. I hope you've enjoyed our documentary. I know we have. This is Louie, over and out.